Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the Sun in the 7th house in a natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the Sun placements in the houses. They were a little bit concise, and some people may have referred to them as snappy. So what I decided to do is make another series on them, in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing, well, the Sun in the 7th house. Sun in astrology, the Sun astrology is connected with our focus and attention. So there may be a very strong focus on relationships, the marriage partner, the significant other. The person may be very popular that has this placement. And there may be, again, maybe very strong focus and attention on the important, significant friendships, appeasing people, and also it could be open enemies as well. And had a friend in school that had the Sun in the 7th house. It was in Aquarius, and he had, a prodigious amount of friends. He would be that kind of person that would be constantly surrounded by a lot of people. Now, the 7th house, the 5th house is personal popularity, but the 7th house being relationships and having focus on it, you could see why people that have this placement natively can attain on average, I would say, greater popularity than most people. Now, this also, the Sun in the 7th house is comparable to the Sun in Libra, but of course, naturally, you got to blend in the Sun sign. If you have, say, the Sun in the zodiac sign Cancer in the 7th house, the thing about this is there may be certain popularity for this person, but because the Sun is in an introverted sign, you can be in Cancer, there still may be more of a focus on home-related activities than many other people that would have a placement. Now, the Sun in astrology is also associated with our drive and motivation. So there may be a very strong drive and motivation in matters connected with relationships. The marriage partner, the significant other, one's important, significant friendships. It could be the acquisition of these people, attaining popularity. It could be matters with competition. And say, for example, if the Sun is in Sagittarius in the 7th house, and that could emphasize more sports competition or more specific, sports competition, which could be like darts or archery, as some examples, horse racing. And there's also, there may be a lot of, that drive and motivation and incentive to appease others. And people with this placement just have to be careful that others are not, often taking precedence over themselves in interest, because you do have to, make sure you're taking care of yourself to a certain degree, and others may have a little bit, maybe draining on this person to some degree, because remember that the Sun is about our energy and vitality, and the 7th house is connected with others in general, this, your relationships, important friendships. Now, again, the Sun is associated with vitality and energy. So having the Sun in the 7th house in your natal chart, there may be, again, a lot of energy expended on others in general. In your relationships, it could be, competition. Say if the Sun is in Capricorn in this house, it could be like business-related competition. It could be dealing with one's open adversaries, and also just the relationships in general, significant other. There may be a lot of energy in terms of collaborating with others on projects and endeavors. And it's also, this could be auspicious, in terms of, could be your life, with another person in general. Marriage may be more emphasized, with this placement than most others. And also, too, the Sun in astrology has a connection with the physical body. Yes, the ascendant is what dominates the appearance and physical body, but the Sun can play a role as well. When you have the Sun in the 7th house, the person may have more concern regarding their physical body and matters pertaining to competition, having themselves, be in that tip-top shape for competition, and especially if it's like sports related and it's something where they feel their physique is important to them. Now, and also it's about physical body, and may also be dealing with open enemies. The person may feel, in some cases that they gotta have, certain size, certain stature, physique, maybe in terms of dealing with these people better. It could be as a means of intimidating the open enemy to some degree. Now, also, too, the seventh house is connected with legalities, lawsuits, and legal matters. So this is where, if you're like somebody that has to make a court appearance, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're defended, it could mean, say, if you're suing somebody, you might put more of an emphasis on how you appear as far as your physique goes, and then most others, most other people on average. Now, the seventh house anatomically is connected with the kidneys, the lower back, the buttocks, and the endocrine system. So there may be a greater propensity for issues, with those body parts more so than the average person. The sun astrology is also connected with our actions, and this person may be very action oriented and be focusing on taking action quicker in legal matters more so than the average person. Also, matters associated with reconciliation, negotiation, arbitration, their relationships, doing things for others. If somebody is in need of assistance, this person may be quick to take action in those matters. I mean, the sun is in Aquarius as an example. It may be actions that are very altruistic and selfless, as an example. And also too, the sun in astrology is associated with our basic fundamental characters. So this is the side of oneself that may the area in life, the fact that it's in the seventh house can indicate that's the area or sector of life in which it may be strongly emphasized. It may come out often with people that they're in relationship with a significant other or marriage partner, others in general, people that they're important, friendships, um, matters with open enemies as some examples. The sun in astrology is also associated with the biological father and children. So, with this being in the sun being in the seventh house, these people, may be more, may play more of an integral role in matters with competition or lawsuits, legalities, relationships, important friendships. It could be in matters associated with compromise. It could be you know, matters that are just about trying to reconcile, negotiation, arbitration, as some examples. And these people may factor into this person's relationships more so than most. Now, sun in astrology is also associated with confidence and self-assuredness. So the sun in the seventh house, it may have a lot of confidence in terms of compromising, negotiating, appeasing others, matters connected with competition in general, arbitration, negotiation, compromise, being able to persuade others. This could be the person that may be the quintessential salesperson, because there may be very strong powers of persuasion. Say if somebody has the sun in Gemini in the seventh house, I mean, it could be using a really good way of words in order to bring their sales pitch, or it could be someone involved in car sales or vehicles. Now, the sun in astrology is also associated with how, what we may shine. So the sun in the seventh house, this could be a person that simply shines with others in general, matters with competition, attaining popularity, their relationships, legal matters. This could be the person that often knows how to emerge victorious in a legal situation, just being fair in general, diplomacy, maybe a seventh house field, whether it could be human resources, working as a diplomat, fashion design, some kind of artistic field, whether it could be drawing, painting, sculpting, a legal field, which can encompass a variety of things, whether it be working as a lawyer, a paralegal, a bailiff, a judge, as some examples. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying stay well.